Hi, welcome back to Chattery TV. It's your girl Chitteray, and I'm back with something a little different. I have a new segment that I'm introducing today to you guys, and it's called Chai Tea, serving tea for your lives. And as you can see, there's another chair here because I will not be doing this segment alone. I have brought a friend, and you might remember her from my We Like to Party video, and she's here today. It's Precious!
Hi guys!
welcome.
Thank you for having me, Chitteray.
Welcome to my show. I'm so happy you can be here and be
I'm
a part of
excited.
this. I love sharing my YouTube channel with my friends and just having fun because it's an outlet for me, and like these are people who are part of my life. So what we're talking about here today is dating, and I thought it would be great to have Precious on the show because yes, she's my best friend, but we are completely opposites in the dating world. I would describe myself as, like, you know, the single friend. I'm notoriously single and I've had fun being the single friend. And Precious, what are you?
I'm the friend that's always in a relationship.
No, not just always in a relationship, but long-term relationships. How many long-term boyfriends have you had?
Two. Yes, and it's been like, the first one was 3 years and the second one 5 years.
3 years, and I can't even get it 2 months. It's like I've had longer relationships than that. But yeah, I just thought it would be really cool to offer both perspectives on the dating world because she's recently just had an experience, her first experience in today's dating world, and I've just been all up in it through it. So let's first discuss the positives and negatives of being our types in the dating world. If you want to go first and talk about like a positive of being the long-term relationship type girl.
A positive of being a long-term relationship type girl is like I don't have to deal with the constant bullshit when I have to deal with like the nonsense when it comes to all these different guys, because like guys these days are not really looking for anything long term. And I don't know, I've just been lucky enough to always find guys that want more than just being like, you know, what's the word? They want more than just
having fun. Yeah, having fun.
I've just been lucky in that aspect of things, but like that's a positive of I don't have to deal with all that nonsense, because like with what all my other friends experience with like the dating world these days, just too much.
Right.
It really is.
But I would definitely say a positive about being like the single friend is which has really been my excuse like for all these years, is that I get to really focus on myself. Like I like my me time. I have an abundance of privacy, and like I get to do whatever I want when I want to and not have to answer to really anything. So I've been able to really focus on school and like work, and like it's always been my excuse. Like I don't want to be in a relationship because I have to focus on these things so I can get further in my own life and then I can settle down. But now that I'm not in school and I'm just working, it's kind of like, okay, I have this time on my hands, so I gotta fill it or something. So, yeah. So that would be definitely a positive.
Going on with that, another positive, like as Chitteray was saying, even though she has her time, at the end of the day, we are all females. Sometimes we want to be loved. So a positive of being in a relationship, especially for a long time, is having that other person as like, you know, as a comfort zone.
Yeah.
Always having a comfort zone. So that's one huge positive of being in.
Yeah, I think that brings us to our negatives. So I would definitely say that was one of my negatives, being like the single friend. Of course, I like the dating and meeting new people and getting to know guys and really getting to figure out my type and who I see myself with in the future. But like I definitely miss out on that aspect because I have been in love before. I've been in a relationship where I felt like I was in love, and I love that feeling of being in love, and I just hate the pain and hurt, the breakups of going up and down in these roller coasters of the dating world. So yeah, that's definitely a negative. Are there any negatives of being the wrong?
The negative is basically what you said. I mean, I never had I guess you can say, the young, youthful experience. I mean, I did, but I didn't really, because I was always bound. You know, when you're in a relationship, there's certain things that you just can't do. Especially with like the guys that I date, like they know a lot of you. You can't do certain things outside. So like I was always kind of bound, and like I had a barrier. I had a filter basically, so I couldn't really be the 1000% like, you know, party. Like when I go to a party, I can't go and do everything that I wanted to do. So that's a negative.
I really admire you for that, and just seeing you, and it kind of is just like good to have a friend who's in a relationship, like, and like you can get to see how they act in a relationship, and then you just know, okay, this is what she does, and this is how she's able to withstand and not be annoyed by someone for so long. Because honestly, after a while, I get really annoyed by a person.
Oh, honey, I get annoyed.
I get to see, like, through Precious, how to work through problems and like get over them and still be able to still care about this person. Because seriously, once it hits a problem, I'm just like, you're so annoying.
It's very true.
Get out of my life. Get out of my life. Unfollow. I do all of that.
But yeah, that's definitely one of the positives of being in a long term. Like, I've learned how to deal with just multiple aspects of being in a relationship. Like, I have more patience now with people than I used to. So that's one thing that I have noticed now that you bring it up. But I'm very patient, like, and even though I'm in a relationship, I still feel like I have learned a lot about myself through these relationships that I have been in. So just because I know you said that before, like, you since you're single, you feel like you could.
No, but you say you've learned more about yourself, but I was saying more of like I learned a lot about my typist.
Yeah.
So like
then I understand.
through these like guys and stuff like that, I'm learning. Like I don't like to, like, you know, dwell on the problems, but I like to take the lessons I've learned from them and like move on and like apply it to my next situation or relationship. Whereas we're talking about dating, like I know you've been like in long-term relationships and stuff like that, but like, what are your first dates like? What would you like your first dates to be like? What are those experiences?
My first date, I want, like, what all girls want. We want to be like romanced. We don't want to have to plan anything. Like, we want you to plan it for us. And another thing, one little tiny thing is, when you make a date with a girl, if you don't text that girl that day of the date, like, beforehand, it's done. Like, we're not going on a date.
No, right.
At all. I find it so disrespectful, and that's just something I just wanted to point out, that maybe people don't really realize that, but like, from now on,
right,
there you go.
No, yeah, that's definitely a good thing, because like I'm not spontaneous, so I like things well planned, and that's why I'm like the opposite. I would like to plan the date myself and know what we're doing, because like I'll put the romance at the exact time it needs to be happening.
But that's when they get lazy though.
Exactly. No,
they get really lazy. If you do it like that, they won't ever, you know, do that romance. And I've been in my past relationships, I've been in experiences like that because I was the one who took the initiative first. Right. So then they expect you to always take the initiative.
No, I just don't. I feel like you're definitely right. But like, these guys are just not, you know, talented enough in that aspect.
True.
Like, I don't want to just go anywhere and just do anything and stuff like that. But if anything, with first dates for me, like, I can do something so simple. I can movie and dinner, like, especially because it's the first date, so there's like no real. It's not like I really know you. It's not like I'm in love or I'm expecting anything. I just want to get to know you. But like, let's say like, if you do really like me, you can do more to show me that. Like, then it's you can do the whole buy flowers, teddy bear thing or whatever. But yeah, that would be really nice.
Just even showing how, like, interested you are in the person during the date, that's something. Like, you know, holding the door, letting her talk more than you talk. Because
let's talk about, so like I said, Precious just had one of like her first real dating experiences in this new world, this new age today, because like I said, she's a long-term relationship type. So when she was dating, she met this guy and he was great. She was fooled.
I was fooled. Guys, let me tell you something. If show the girl who you are from the beginning. Don't be putting stuff out there on social media when at the end of the day, that's not who you are. You don't have these things. Like, you're deceiving.
Exactly.
Don't deceive. You know.
What was he driving in?
Oh my God. Lord have mercy. So dated this guy, went on the first date. From what I saw and I knew about him, he's very flashy. You know, like he likes to be in the best things. He likes to wear the suits. He likes to show off the cars. Like he goes for his job. He goes from one city to the next city to the next city, and he just has like a flashy lifestyle. So I thought, okay, this is a flashy guy. So he comes and picks me up, right? And I'm looking outside. He tells me he's outside. I'm looking outside. I'm like, okay. I don't see the car.
For a flashy entrance.
A flashy car. And he said, no, I'm outside. Okay, so then I'm like, okay, maybe he's like down the street because he can't. Maybe he just got lost. So I go outside and I'm like, okay, I don't see anything. He's like, oh, I see you. I was like, where? And then he's like, oh, I'm in the car right next to you. And it was a busted down Lexus from 1984. Woo! Disgusting. And in the back seat was all his clothes, like he was living in the car. Maybe I shouldn't say all that because he knows who he is. The message behind this is show who you are from the beginning, because like, you know, like you don't want to deceive. How think about it, guys. How would you feel if at the end of the day what you see on Instagram is not what you're seeing?
And guys complain about that all the time about girls who don't look the same as they do on Instagram. If you're gonna portray a lifestyle on Instagram and on your social media,
let it be
real. Be that person in real life. Like, don't show all kinds of cars, because he just posted, that same guy you were just talking about posted another flashy car. No, we're gonna say it, we're gonna discuss it. He posted another flashy car.
So sad.
And I don't think that's his. I really don't think that's
it's
his.
Not his. It's so sad. Like, be who you are. Like, I'd respect you more if you just showed the Lexus in the beginning. Don't act like you're here when you're not.
Don't even put the cars. Don't even put
the cars.
Just,
you know, just chill. Just chill. It's okay.
Just like show that you take flights, because that's the truth. You do take flights.
You have a good job. Shout out to you. Like you're making it happen.
Right.
You talk a lot about your. Wait, let me stop. No.
No, but like for me, like with first dates, like I know I don't like, especially when it's the first date, like we don't have to act as if we're in a relationship. Like I know I've been on dates where guys like to immediately start holding hands and like, you know, hugging and all that, and like I said, we're getting to know each other, so I don't really like you like that. I'm just interested enough to get to know you. So we do not have to do the whole PDA thing unless I don't know, unless I put that
natural.
Yeah, if it's natural, like I don't want to be the one to have to remove my hand and then make you think I don't like you at all. It's just that this is kind of awkward because you're not my boyfriend and I don't want to act like you're my boyfriend, and it could be another cute guy standing over there. Like, let's be honest. I'm just kidding.
She took it left. I didn't expect that.
Like it's the first date. There's like, I don't want you to think that you have me tied down in any way. It's the getting to know you stage and
exactly
everything.
And it should be an equal conversation. You should not be talking more than the other person.
Yeah.
Equal conversation.
And questions going back and forth, engaging.
And you know, and don't feel like the one thing that I hate, like, don't feel weird when you get asked a random question that might be like, ugh. Because at the end of the day, like, we just want to know what we're dealing with, us females. Right, exactly. I'm a very straight to the point person. I will ask from the get-go, like, so what are you trying to do with your life? Because at the end of the day, if I see that
it's not waste your time
at all.
No, it's not waste your time.
Like, at all. So like, just be honest. Just say what you are from the get-go. If I rock with it, I rock with it. If I don't, I don't. At the end of the day, we're saving each other's time.
No, I wish I was more like you as far as that, because like I'm like trying to get people's vibes, trying to see if I can hang with them, just trying to talk to the person just to get to know who they are. But like, no, Precious is like, what's your religion? What school do you go to?
Because
what do you major in?
I just don't want to waste my time.
Like, that's true. But I sometimes I feel uncomfortable asking those questions to guys because like I don't know how much they're willing to share.
I cushion it. Like, I'm like, okay, so you might feel weird with me asking this question, but I just need to know,
right? Exactly.
Because this is just something that's important to me,
right?
And if they're with it, they're with it. If they're not, it's okay. On to the next.
On to the next, and is that just that? So what are your, like, some of your deal breakers?
Deal breakers? Whew. Okay, see, I'm a very hardworking person, and if you're not hardworking, I just don't. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work at all, because the way that I am, like, it would just be really weird. And another deal breaker is just, like, what else? What's another deal breaker?
I know one for me is, and it's hard because there's cute guys everywhere, but I can't date someone from New York.
I thought you were gonna say the tall thing.
Oh no,
that's another deal breaker.
We're gonna get into that whole conversation. But no, I can't date someone from New York just because it's like the whole. I was having this conversation with somebody. Like, it's so difficult to have that kind of like relationship and dating. Like, the trip to New York it's like a completely, like, it's an entire, honestly, it's something you have to prepare for the entire day. Like you have to prepare for if it's like the weather changes, do you have an umbrella, do you have your boots on, do you have a jacket, and like, of course, when it comes to a first date, you're going to like Times Square or something, so you have to get ready to deal with massive groups of people, and like, is it really gonna be fun? And like, if I don't know you, then why am I making this trip, spending this money, or like to have this experience where I don't know if it's going to be fun or not, or if I don't know if you're going to be cool or not. And like, New York guys don't have cars. I know I did go on a date with this guy from New York. He came to see me here in New Jersey.
Okay, so that's
no, yeah, no, it was alright. It was alright. But like, he was like the type to, like, you know, always be holding hands. But he rented a car because he didn't have his own car, and he rented a minivan. He rented a minivan. I was like, are we taking kids with us? I was in the back seat. Like, he rented this. It was white, nice and clean. Okay. It was a minivan. I was like, you couldn't rent something like even a compact car. Like,
was he like straight up from the get go though? Like
he told me he was driving a minivan.
Like, not even minivan. No, like, I don't have a car.
No, when he said he was outside, I was like, that's you in the minivan. There's no minivan near me. Like, I knew he was outside. Like, it was a white bright minivan. Yeah, it had to be his friend. No, it had to be. I saw the Enterprise sticker. Like, it had to be like minivans were like on sale or something. I don't know how.
Usually more expensive than the compact.
Really?
Yeah.
It was maybe like a weekend or something, like, where minivans were probably on a discounted rate or something. Because like, I don't even understand why he got a minivan either. But we did go to Olive Garden, and like it felt really sucky that from like at the beginning of the day I knew I really didn't like him. So he spent all that money to make that trip out to me. Aww. And stuff like that, and it just didn't work out for him. And like, he was like, after that date, he kept on texting me and trying to call me. I had to tell him, like, yo, I'm not really interested in you, Chloe. Stop bothering me. And it's like, but he used the excuse, oh, but I came to New Jersey to see you. Okay, but that shouldn't be a reason why I have to, like, you know, entertain you or talk to you. And so it sucks both ways that you're gonna have to do the most to come down to see me because you don't have the car, and like, I'm gonna have to do the most to go up to see you because I have a car, but that's gas and that's tolls. Or if I take the train.
I do believe if you meet the right guy, even if he's from New York,
it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of effort.
You'll make the effort if it's somebody that's really.
But like, I can't even. How am I even supposed to go through that first date stage? Like, that first date stage where I'm not even sure if you're even worth it. Like, if I'm not even sure, like, how am I even? The trip to New York for someone I don't know, just because I'm trying to get to know them, and I'm not sure if it's gonna be like a really cool experience or not. Like, I'm weary. Like, you could like.
I mean, if he made a huge impression on you, like, you might be.
It has to be huge. It has to be huge. It has to be huge. Okay. But that's one deal breaker. Do you have another deal breaker?
I have another deal breaker. So my other deal breaker is if you talk about sexual stuff in the beginning of us getting to know each other, then I just think that you're a joke.
You're just there for one thing.
Yeah, so like, I'm not gonna continue the conversation. But actually, you know what? I actually always just ask, like, what do you want? Right. And then like, I'll give them the what's the word called? I'll give them the opportunity to, you know, clarify, because maybe sometimes you've been reading into it, so I'll ask straight up, so what is it that you're looking, like, what are you looking into for the future? Like, what are we trying to do here? And based on that, it is what it is.
Right, and then so you can like, so if you know it's like sexual, you can just like
yeah, because like you know, like
let's not waste each other's time.
Let's not waste each other's time at the end of the day. And one situation in which that was really weird when I did it, and the guy like felt some type of way, which I don't understand, because at the end of the day, I'm saving you time so you can go get that from somebody else.
Right.
And so he got really, really upset. He was like, why do you think that? Why do you think this? Why do you, like, why would you say that? Well, that's because you're texting me sexual things and you see me not replying to these sexual things, so why wouldn't I?
You're obviously trying to get a rise out of a person that's not trying to give you that kind of
at
rise.
all. So I'm going to, it's either we're going this direction or we're going this direction. At the end of the day, I have things to do. Don't waste my time.
Right.
I hate feeling like my time is being wasted.
Exactly. That's annoying.
So that's another deal breaker for me.
Right.
What's another deal breaker for you?
Obviously, if for those who know me, I'm 5'10". I'm a beautiful, strong 5'10" woman. I love my height, and I love tall guys. Honestly, my mom even asked me, like, how do you even find all the tall guys? And I honestly, tall guys are not hard to miss because they're the tallest people in the room. Like, and I zone in. But honestly, when it comes to short guys, like, nothing against you guys. Like, the shortest guy I've ever dated was actually 5'11", and he had great personality. Like, honestly, he made up for that height. I'm 5'10". My minimum is 6'2". Like, that's just like 6'1" is kind of like, you get on the short side. Like 6 foot is like, no, I don't know. But like yes, my 6'2" is like my minimum, and I like everything taller. And honestly, your height can be the only thing that attracts me sometimes. But like with short guys, it's nothing against them. I don't like dislike them, but I don't even see them in that way. Like where it's like, I think we could be in a relationship. You honestly, maybe you hit 5'11" shorter, it's like you look like a friend. Like, you're just a homie from that point. It's nothing against them, because I'm sure short guys wouldn't want a tall girl like me either, but it's like, I like tall guys. And that one guy, actually, that one 5'11" guy, which was a lot lower than my preference, how he actually got me was really cute.
Oh,
I was like,
I got a little geek.
Yeah, look, that's what I'm saying. You have to have a lot of personality. He was 5'11", like I was ignoring him for like a year, but yeah, not really trying to talk to him because I knew he was shorter, like not my height preference. And when he finally got my attention, I told him, I was like, yeah, you're like, I'm 5'10", you're like 5'11", you're like right at my head, like we're just like the same height. He was like, but I can be your Kevin Hart.
Aww.
Because you know how Kevin Hart is dating Anika, who's taller than her. Aniko, who's taller than him. And so like that was really cute, and from then on I started talking to him, and then from then I just started talking to him because it was funny. It made me laugh. It's not all it takes, but it was, hold on.
He's short?
Yeah, he's 5'11".
Really?
Yeah.
He's a guy.
Okay, he was muscular too, like, you know. He was a built guy. No, yeah, he's like 5'11".
That's crazy.
No, but like after that, like when I started to give him attention and just started to see the kind of guy that he was a 100% a man. Just like he was very confident in himself despite me feeling a little insecure about my height compared to his, and he just made me feel comfortable in that. And so that's like, honestly, that's just what it takes, because like I've honestly tried actually with other guys that are not my height preference, and they've always just made me feel uncomfortable. Like they always say things like,
has their thing.
"Girl, you're tall." Like you don't have to point it out. I know that. Like that's like facts. We don't have to say it again and stuff like that. Like, but like just show me that you're confident as a man, if anything, and that you have to have a bang up personality, like fun to hang around and stuff like that. And so, yeah, height could be a deal breaker, but you know you can work your way around that. I'm not like a hater. Honestly, this is probably a question that all people probably have, the difference between talking and dating. But actually, this is actually a good topic, because I was actually in a situation where this guy actually said that we were dating, like, and when I brought it up again, he was like, "What? We're dating? We weren't dating." So like he like actually like said it, right? And so like I was like, I thought we were. I feel like once you say it, I guess once you say it, it means that you guys are dating. But honestly, yes.
I thought it was when they take you out on the first date them, that's when you consider it dating.
Sometimes it's just, well, it depends on how the date goes. It can still be talking. Though.
Really? But like, why would you go on the date?
I feel like numerous
dating.
dates. No, because this guy I actually dated this past summer. We weren't dating, but like the way he would act and like he would pay for everything. Like pick me up every time. Like that's all he only wanted to drive in his car, so he would always scoop me every time, and that it felt like we were dating. Like I was like, this is going somewhere, but in his head it was like, we're not dating. This is not dating. This is just what I want to do. Like I don't know.
This is a good question.
Yeah, it's like how do you
answers from a guy? Like I want to. We need a guy's perspective.
Maybe me and you need to be with a gentleman.
We need
like,
a gentleman perspective.
Who wants to volunteer? That's an open call right
like,
there. Like
seriously,
anyone.
I want to see like how they think.
Right, because it's so different. It's like who is it up to? Because like sometimes I don't always ask the what are we question, but like sometimes you need clarification. Sometimes I just I'm feeling the situation I'm in with a person, I can be okay with it. But then when it's like getting to somewhere like that's significant, like you start to care about the person, you just want to know where we're moving towards. And then when you ask that question and then you get stumped, like that's what you think we're doing this whole time, and like
it's true.
Right? What's the difference? But then
us females, we have a tendency to make it more than it is.
Right. No, but I've been experiences in the past where guys who I've just shared a few text messages with in just conversations like to tell other people that we were talking.
Oh no, I've been in experiences like that too.
Yeah, like
it's
what does that
no,
even mean? Like I answered your text just because you called me beautiful in the text doesn't mean we're talking. Thank you. I said thank you. Like what the hell? Like it's like
true.
What is the difference? You can you guys can comment below what you think the difference between talking and dating is. And honestly, this is an open call for real for any guys who want to share their opinion. Yeah, because we want to know what's the difference. Like we're stumped here. Thank you for coming on my show. This was great. I feel like thank you for tuning in to Chai Ray TV and my chai tea segment with myself and my girl Precious. Make sure to follow her on her social media. What's your Instagram?
Always __fancy.
Nice. And your Snapchat?
Snapchat. I'll get back to you on that. I forgot.
It'll be right here. Follow me on Instagram at chai_ray_ and on Snapchat at chitty_re. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. And there you have it. That was our mannequin challenge. I be telling people you have a baddie.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Thank you, honey. I be telling people that you're my twerk queen.
Yeah. Yeah, but then I kind of lost it though.
I don't think you did.
I think I lost some butt. That's the thing. Especially with working out so much.
You had a bigger butt now than you had back in the day. And
really?
You still made it work, honey.
Really?
Yeah, your butt got bigger to me.
Oh my gosh. Because my sister doesn't have anyone to play with. No one's taking
really?
a picture. Yeah.
Yo, we could have been doing play dates all this time.
No,
because my brother doesn't have anybody to play with.
Really? I'll just drop her off.
You funny.
We're gonna let you know.